Hi, Sylvia. You asked me recently whether I wanted to marry you or not, right? You said you wanted to get married soon and that you would be the one proposing, but you wanted my answer as soon as possible. Why do you want to get married in the first place?
Yup, I did say that, Leonel. I want to get married soon because I'm going to turn 30 in just a half a month now, after all. I want children as well, if possible, and considering my age, I thought that we should make the decision around now.
You want children, huh? Yeah, I think I don't want to marry you after all.
What? Why not? Do you not want children or something?
To tell you the truth, I want to have a bit more fun while I'm young. Getting married and having children is such a hassle, you know? We won't have much money to spend on our own amusement if we have children, and we'll have to take the time to take care of them.
A hassle? I know raising children is a lot of work, but you're going to give up being a parent just because it's a hassle?
Yeah, I think I am. Besides, there's no need to sound so down. The difference between a married couple and an unmarried couple is just whether they turned in some piece of paper to the city hall or not. Even children, you can still give birth when in your 40s, right? If you think about it like that, we can have fun for 10 more years. Why go through the trouble now when we don't have to?
So you're telling me to give birth once I'm in my 40s?
I mean, you said yourself that you wanted to have children, right? So it shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
Yeah, but I want you to think about the risks of giving birth to children in your 40s. That's why I'm talking to you about this right now. We can't put this off any longer than we already have, Leonel.
What's the matter with you, Sylvia? You sound a lot more anxious than usual. Well, if you really mean what you're saying, then I guess we have no choice but to break up.
Huh? Break up? After we've been going out for the past 10 years?
Yeah, I'm not interested in this marriage and children stuff. If you don't want to break up, then I want things to stay the same.
I understand. That's fine then.
Yep, let's just keep things the way they are and not worry about marriage and stuff. I'm glad you finally get the point.
No, I meant that it's fine if we break up.
What? But we've been going out for 10 years. Can't just break up now. Oh, I know. You're bluffing right now too to get what you want, right? Well, it's not gonna work.
I wonder what these past 10 years I spent with you were. Now that I think about it, all we did was kill time together. I honestly don't understand anymore. Goodbye, Leonel.
What? Sylvia? Did you just get mad or something? Just contact me when you're in a better mood, okay? Hey, Sylvia. It's been 5 years, right? I'm finally ready to get married, so I decided to contact you again. I think I'm going to accept that offer of yours now. Anyways, you moved sometime after we broke up, right? Just because you got mad at me and were in a bad mood doesn't mean you can just keep your new address a secret from your boyfriend. I thought you were still living in that old apartment of yours, you see. I wore a suit and bought some roses and a wedding ring because I intended to propose to you. To think that I was so nervous when I rang the doorbell, but when the door opened, a completely different person greeted me. It was so awkward. So, where are you living now? I've got a surprise for you as well, so I want to tell you it, so I want you to tell it to me by tomorrow. Hey, anyone there? Don't tell me that you're still mad about that fight we had over 5 years ago, are you? I didn't take you for the kind of person to hold a grudge. Jesus, I better make sure not to make you mad once we get married. What's your new address, Sylvia? Just tell me when you see these texts, I guess.
What the fuck? Is that you, Leonel? Shit, I must have forgotten to block you. What is it that you want?
Oh, so you finally saw the messages I sent you. What do you mean by you forgot to block me? Why in the world would you ever do that? I'm your boyfriend. But we've got more important matters. Seriously, what in the world are you doing? Jesus. If you don't hurry up and tell me your new address, the surprise I have planned for you tomorrow will be ruined. Hurry up and tell me your new address. It won't do if I don't know how long it will take you to get to the venue, right?
I'm not going to tell you my new address. And what do you mean by a surprise?
I told you by text yesterday, didn't I? I'm finally ready to marry you, so I have a surprise prepared.
I don't know what you plan on doing, but I don't want your surprise. I have no intention of marrying you anyways, let alone of meeting you again.
Huh? Are you seriously still mad at me? Jeez. Will you just let it go already? You're the one who said you wanted to get married, right? What's with the sudden change of heart? And to think that I was finally ready to get married.
I said I don't have any intention of marrying you anymore. Besides, didn't we break up 5 years ago? Did you seriously think that I haven't moved on by now?
Huh? What do you mean you moved on? Oh, I get it. You're still mad about the fight we had 5 years ago. Seriously, Sylvia, just let it go already.
That's not the point. Yes, I was mad at the time, but that was 5 years ago and I've already moved on. It's not that I'm mad, it's just that you're not a part of my life anymore, Leonel. Why'd you even think of contacting me in the first place?
Fine. Then why don't we just get back together and get married then if we broke up and you've moved on, as you say?
What? Do you seriously not get what I'm trying to say? I have zero intention of getting back together with you, Leonel. Stop texting me.
It's no use trying to lie to me, Sylvia. I see right through you. I mean, we did go out for 10 years. I know you still like me after all this time. It's so obvious that you're still into me. I'll accept the proposal you made to me 5 years ago. So just come to the wedding venue tomorrow, alright?
The wedding venue? Huh? Did you seriously reserve a wedding venue or something?
Of course I did.
But aren't weddings supposed to be planned out by the couple first? I think there are a lot of things that can't be decided without the bride there. What did you do about the wedding preparation?
Oh yeah, you're right. They told me the bride needed to be there to plan the wedding with me. Which is why I had your sister cooperate inside for you.
My sister?
Yep. She's about the same age as you and looks like you too, so I had her pretend to be the bride and come with me for the wedding preparation.
What? You know that I cut ties with my sister when I was 28, right? She caused so much trouble that even our parents cut ties with her. I told you that she was crazy, Leonel, but you still decided to approach her. Who knows what she's planning? If I were you, I'd just cancel the wedding and have nothing to do with my sister anymore.
Oh, come on, Sylvia, you're exaggerating. Your sister's a perfectly normal person. I don't know why you ever cut ties with someone so sweet. Besides, there's no need to worry about the details. The planning's already done, and all you have to do now is come to the wedding. The wedding venue for tomorrow is called H Wedding and is in K City. They said they need the bride to be there by 8 a.m., so don't be late, alright?
What in the world make you think that I'd actually go? Have you seriously not been reading my texts?
There's no need to be shy. You've known each other for so long. I know that when you're like this, you actually mean the opposite.
Sorry, but I have a date with my husband tomorrow, so I can't come.
What? Your husband? Oh, you mean me? You're right, I was intending to turn in our marriage papers tomorrow. But what do you mean you can't come to our wedding because you have a date with me? We can't just postpone the wedding and go on a date if that's what you meant, Sylvia.
No, that isn't what I meant. And by my husband, I don't mean you, Leonel. You see, I already got married with another man 3 years ago. I even have children now.
Huh?
Now that you know all this, I guess I'll tell you the rest, since you'll find out sooner or later anyways. My husband is your second cousin, Manuel.
What? Manuel? But he's 5 years younger than you. I knew you were that kind of woman, but still.
That's right, judge me if you want, but I don't care. By the way, I started going out with Manuel not knowing that he was your second cousin. I only found out that he was your second cousin at our wedding, because amongst his relatives at the wedding was your cousin, which I had met before.
What? Why did you not tell me about this?
Because we had already broken up and didn't feel the need. Still, I was so surprised when I saw your cousin there. After a bit of investigation, I found out that your cousin had already cut ties with you since you tried to interfere in some of their inheritance business when you had no right to do so. I heard that both you and your parents were shunned by the rest of your relatives. Is that true?
That has nothing to do with our marriage. We'll talk about it afterwards if you want.
Tell me, does this mean that you have a debt or something?
Just a tiny one, maybe?
My father is the CEO of a company. You might have been planning to marry me so that you could get the position of the next CEO of my father's company, getting rid of your debt in the process. But it's not going to work.
How did you know that?
I mean, thinking only about how you yourself could benefit from a situation is your specialty, isn't it?
So that's what you thought of me all along?
Yup. I don't know why I didn't break up with you sooner. But isn't that also why you refused to marry me 5 years ago? You didn't want to get married and have children because it would be a hassle for you, right? You wouldn't be able to spend as much money on your own entertainment if you had children to take care of, after all.
That's unrelated. What matters is that I'm finally ready to marry you.
Yeah, but I'm not. Anyways, I got off topic. Like I said earlier, I already have a husband and children. Oh, and about my father's company, the next CEO was already decided 2 years ago, and he's someone completely unrelated to me.
What did you say? So I'm not going to become a CEO even if I marry you?
Yes, although you're not going to marry me in the first place. Well, that's all I have to say. You understand now that you won't benefit from marrying me anymore. I think that's enough to make you give up, right?
Seriously? What am I going to do about tomorrow's wedding then? I had a really extravagant wedding plan since I thought that your family would be able to pay for it in the future.
Each wedding at K-City, right? I heard that wedding ceremonies there are really expensive.
Lend me some money, will you? This wedding was supposed to be yours in the first place. This is partly your fault, so at least pay for half of the cancellation fee.
No, I'm not going to lend you money, and I'm not going to pay for the cancellation fees.
Come on, don't be so stingy. At least think about it a little longer. Seriously? What am I supposed to do now? Sylvia, help me. What should I do? I was forced to marry your sister. Was she planning this all this time? You're right, she really is crazy.
Huh? So that's what she was up to. I told you that you would regret having anything to do with my sister, didn't I?
I was surrounded by a bunch of tough-looking guys and forced to come to the wedding. And then they forced me to say the wedding vow with your sister at the chapel. The wedding papers I had prepared for you and me as well. They made me sign it with your sister's name as the wife's name. I admit it, you were right, so please help me.
Hold on. By the surprise you had planned for me, were you planning on getting me and my sister to make up or something? Did you seriously think that that was going to make me happy?
I mean, who wouldn't want to make up with their long-lost sister?
She's insane, Leonel. Although, I guess you know that by now. You asked her to pretend to be me during the wedding preparations, right? I had the feeling that you would tell her to come on the wedding day as well.
Oh, yeah. I was intending on that.
I see. So that means my sister was planning on marrying you from the start. No one's going to deny it now, since you had her pretend to be your wife after all.
Huh? But surely they'll believe me if I tell them what really happened, right?
I think that's going to cause you a whole host of other problems. Anyways, it looks like you haven't noticed until now, but apparently you're exactly the kind of guy my sister wants. Even when we were together, she would always annoy me by saying, "Give me your boyfriend." It honestly pissed me off really bad.
Huh? She said that to you? Why did you never tell me about this?
I don't know. I guess it was embarrassing. Now that I think about it, I think that the reason I stayed with you for 10 years was because I unconsciously didn't want my sister to have you, and not because I liked you or anything. Yep, I was pretty foolish back then.
What are you talking about? I don't get anything you've been saying, Sylvia. You mean that you only stayed with me for 10 years to spite your sister? Fine, just help me then, will you? I have no intention of marrying your sister.
Stop asking me for a solution to this mess, alright?
I wonder if the only solution is to do something about those tough-looking guys following your sister around.
I don't know.
Wait, who are those people in the first place?
I said I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Hold on, don't tell me they're part of some gang.
Hey, could you please stop asking me? I really don't know, and I don't want to accidentally say anything strange that might get me involved in this mess.
What? So you're just going to leave me? Don't you feel the least bit responsible for this?
I don't.
I
mean, it's my ex-boyfriend and my sister who I cut ties with, so there's no way I'm going to get involved with that. The only reason I'm replying to your text right now is because we think that this is an irregular situation. Your second cousin and my husband, Emmanuel, are reading these texts and only replying because we have to.
Huh? Manuel's there with you?
Yeah, he is. There's something he wants to tell you as well.
What the hell does he want with me?
We cut ties with you and your family because all you three cared about was money. I don't want anyone like that bothering my wife, he says.
But, I really need you to help me right now. I don't really want to get married.
I see. Bye.
Huh? But Sylvia!
After that conversation, I blocked Leonel, confused as to whether he wanted to get married or not. The only reason he was able to text me in the first place was because I forgot to block him all those years ago. I heard about what happened after that from a friend who knew what happened, but it seems like Leonel and my sister haven't broken up and are now living together. Apparently, my sister is pregnant with Leonel's baby, and won't let him leave her because she wants Leonel to take responsibility for the baby. To be honest, I wanted to make a joke and tell him something about how he's been making my sister pretend to be me for too long, but I restrained myself. My sister, on the other hand, who was finally able to marry the man of her dreams, hasn't noticed that her new husband was in a huge amount of debt, it seems. I wonder for just how long this happiness of theirs will last. Actually, I guess they were never really happy in the first place.
Emilia, you haven't finished work yet? Isn't it long past your working hours? Emilia! Sorry, I'm late, Mom. I had to work late. No need to make excuses. It's bad enough that you graduated from junior high school. You can't even keep dinner on time. I'm sorry. It's already late. Come home and cook dinner. Your father and Samantha are waiting for you. Okay, I'll hurry home. Sis, I want some ice cream. Buy some before I get home from school. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still at work when Samantha gets home. Even if I buy it, it will be around 7 p.m. What? I don't want to be home that late. You can just buy it quickly during your lunch break, bring it home, and put it in the freezer. Don't be absurd. It takes me an hour to go back and forth from my house to the office. Lunch break is from 12 to 1, right? 1 hour is perfect. I won't have time to eat lunch. I didn't know about that. My sister is a disgrace to our family, even if she is a middle school graduate. She has to listen to me, an elite student who went to a very good private school. I don't like working as a middle school graduate either. But you're a middle school graduate. I don't want Samantha to talk to me like that. She didn't even allow me to go to high school because she wanted to spend money on you. Oh, shut up. I'm not texting you to listen to you complain about your sister. Go get some ice cream for me or I'll tell Mom and Dad. The ice cream should be Haagen-Dazs green tea flavor, of course. Okay. Excuse me, Mom. I came home and nobody was home. I made lunch and dinner, but I didn't touch them. Are you still out somewhere? I've been getting a lot of notifications. I'm sorry. It's just that Mom and Dad weren't home. I was wondering where you were. Oh, yeah. I should at least tell you that. I don't want them to look for me and make a big fuss. What time are you coming home? I'm not coming home. What? Actually, you know what? Your father won the lottery. The lottery? A whooping $100 million. That's amazing. But you're not coming home? Samantha says she wants to go to a high school in California if she has $100 million. California high school? We'll take this opportunity to go together as a family. We've been preparing for this for a while. You know, I haven't heard anything at all. Yes, you did. I didn't tell you. Why not? Because you're not taking me, of course. Huh? I said the whole family earlier. I'm not family? Don't take me for granted. A middle school graduate like you isn't family. You're nothing but a disgrace to our family. The quickest way to get rid of shame to cut it out. That's terrible. Well, anyway, we're already at the airport. Oh my God, we're leaving today? Yes, we are. Wait a minute. Dad, what about work? What's wrong with you? You're not at work when you get transferred. Oh, I retired. Retired? We're moving far away. You have to retire. Besides, I have $100 million. Working is just a hassle. What about this house? It's a lease in your father's name, right? I already canceled it. Huh? But the furniture is still here. It's too much trouble to bring it all the way over there, so I've decided to get new furniture there. I don't need your stuff anymore, so please get rid of it. I'll do it? Of course you do. I've kept it at home for you, so you should at least be useful at the end. Oh no. Well, if you want to keep living there, go ahead. I can't afford the rent of a house right now. Well, a middle school graduate salary is nothing. So, I'm cutting myself off from you. I'm changing my phone number as well as your father's and Samantha's. I know your life at the bottom will be really boring for the rest of your life, but go ahead and live on your own. Wait, Mom. Amelia, it's been a long time. Who are you? Oh no, it's Mom. Oh, I'm so glad we're still texting. That's funny. I thought we were cut off from you. Don't say that. I haven't heard from you in 7 years. You should at least listen to me. Where do you live now? I see you left your previous employer. Do I have to tell you that? Of course. Me and your father are on our way there now. Yes? I heard from my friend. I heard you're living in a big mansion now. What? Even a middle school graduate like you? You got some rich guy who likes to take you as a wife. If it's a big mansion, there must be plenty of extra rooms. I'll let you live with me from today. You can't just show up at the spur of the moment. I mean, didn't you live in California? Well, that's the thing. I got scammed over there. Scam? I was approached with a very lucrative investment offer. I deposited $50 million with an investment specialist, but it was a scam. I had only about $200,000 left in my pocket. Anyways, I didn't have anything to fall back on, and I thought it would be better than staying in California where prices are so high. I had no choice but to come back here. Oh, you mean you want me to support you because you don't have a house to live in and money to spend? That's right. Oh, by the way, where's Samantha? As Samantha? I haven't heard Samantha's name mentioned at all since a while ago. Is she with you? Yeah, that's the thing. She said she's going to move in with her boyfriend over there. What's that? She said she doesn't want to come back here, so I left her here. That's why I need your address. I'd be happy to tell you, but I don't think you'll want to come. Why not? I live there now. It used to be my grandfather's villa. Grandfather? Your mother's father. What? That's me. For about a year after my mom and dad left for California, I was allowed to live in the company dormitory. Then I received the news of Grandpa's death. What? No way! He passed away? That's right. I heard that your mother had a lot of problems when she was younger and she was estranged from her family, but I thought you should know because of your father. I don't know about that. She changed the number on her phone. If you didn't let her know that, it's no wonder she couldn't reach you, so they had no choice but to hold the funeral without her. I had no idea. Then Grandpa's will was made public. His will? Apparently, he did a lot of research before he died. Grandpa, he knew I was the only one left behind. What? He was pretty upset about it. He said that my aunt and I were to inherit the estate together. What? No, but wait. There was no way my parents had enough money to build a mansion. There was a lot of land, but most of it was worth less than $100. The price of the land, which was worth a small fortune, had skyrocketed due to the construction of a large shopping mall. We sold it at this time and used the money to build a villa. Now my aunt and I are living there. What's that? That's not fair to you and your sister. Grandpa made the decision. Then give me what you inherited. I am your parent. I should have the right to spend your money. If that's your way of putting it, then I guess that means I don't have to give you my inheritance. Huh? You are my daughter, aren't you? Don't be picky and listen to your parents. I don't want to. We're parents and we're children, so we deserve to live together. We, your parents, have the right to live in the mansion you live in. This house is not mine. It was inherited by my aunt. No way. Yes, the mansion is in your aunt's name. Also, I'm adopted by my aunt and her husband. Huh? I mean, my aunt is my mother now. That's why I live with her. Wait a minute. What? So you're the owner of the mansion? What about the taxes on the house? It's called a mansion. It must have to have a certain amount of income to keep it. Oh, by the way, didn't you know? My aunt runs a pretty big IT company. Oh, you mean she's a CEO? Yes, that's right. My aunt is a CEO. And my aunt encouraged me to study programming while attending a regular high school. I've been working for her company for the past 2 years. I beg your pardon? I told you this much, right? If you want to live here, you need her permission. But Mom, when I ran away from home when I was young, she ran away with $10 million of your grandfather's and aunt's saving. I heard that your father was with you at that time. Oh, if you really want to live with me, you have to return that $10 million in one lump sum right now. Aunt is sitting next to me right now. Are you there, sister? Of course, I've been watching this text with you from the beginning. Why? So, are you coming over? Are you coming or not? There's no way I can go. I see. I guess this is really goodbye then. I guess we won't have the option to live together, so there's nothing more to talk about. Well, I guess we won't be seeing each other anymore. Take care. I was a teenager when my parents and sister left me. 7 years have passed since then, and I was contacted by my parents, who were thick-skinned. Despite all I said, my parents were hanging around the big mansion area, and to my surprise, they met up with my aunt. They took her in as it was and threw her into their grandmother's affiliated company to work for the refund of $10 million. Meanwhile, my sister, she was caught in a marriage scam and came home with the debt of $5 million. So she was hanging around a big mansion, and now I bumped into her. After consulting with my grandmother, I introduced her to a different workplace from my parents, and she has been working almost without a break to pay off her debts. A life gone crazy with a suddenly acquired fortune. I promised myself that I would never be like this.